New York Jets defensive stud, John Franklin Myers, came out with a quote about Josh Allen, which is a weird thing to do when you're about to lose by 40 on Sunday, which is what the Jets are going to do. And he claims, you see the quote up there, that Josh does a good job of breaking tackles, blah, 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 but that he also is a crybaby and complains to the referees, and he might even flop like a lot of quarterbacks do, right? And that's kind of the direction, according to Franklin Myers, that the NFL is going in. Here's the problem, and it's this play last week against the Patriots. Franklin Myers decides to rough Mac Jones up after he has already thrown the ball. That's not a quarterback flopping. That's a stupid play by a defensive player. And I bring it up because that one play right there cost the Jets the game. That ball was intercepted. It was returned 80-plus yards for a touchdown. Jets go up 17-3. That game is a wrap because Mac Jones was terrible. But because he is stupid in that play and knocks Mac Jones down, not flopping, that's on him. Mm-hmm. So when a guy like Franklin Myers comes out now and says the new directive for quarterbacks is to flop, it's kind of hard to hear that when you just cost my team a game by sacking a quarterback after he threw the ball.
Yeah, when guys come out and say things like that, especially attacking who a lot of people have as the MVP front runner, usually it's not what you want to do. Your team is already inferior. You're about to play arguably the best team in the league, and he should be mad at the league, not Josh Allen for exploiting the rule. The rule is the rule. We had an uproar a couple of weeks ago. Everybody, Tom Brady probably had the worst one,
right?
But we've seen him. It is what it is. But what you can't do is do that, which honestly, as a defensive lineman, he was in stride, he hit him, but it cost him. You can't do that and then say people are flopping. That's definitely not a flop.
Right. Whether we like it or not, that's an illegal hit. And you've got to know better because they are protecting quarterbacks. We all know why. And that's not even close. That's not a questionable call. That wasn't like the Derek Carr, Chris Jones play a month ago. It wasn't the Tom Brady against the Saints situation. That was a guy who decided, I want to hit the quarterback because I want to hit the quarterback. And it cost his team the game.
And then you can't, if you know that's the rule, don't do that. If you know that's the rule, why would you do that? And then in the interview this week say, well, he does a great job of this. That's just what the league is turning to. If you know that, then don't do that.
I'm sure there's a chance where, he's trying to play the refs now. Like he's trying to put it out there a little bit so the referees are aware, hey, the Jets think Josh Allen flops. He's not known as a flopper. No. If anything, to the contrary,
he
wants contact.
He wants contact.
It's like old school Ben Roethlisberger. This guy isn't avoiding contact.
He's the wrong guy. You're talking about the wrong player.
And I'm telling you, for a guy that made that mistake that cost the Jets the game last week, knowing, and I say this as a diehard fan who still thinks the Jets have an opportunity, maybe, to be a wild card team this year, you're going to get waxed on Sunday. It ain't going to be close. Like the New York Jets season is not this Sunday. Then they have a bye. It's 2 weeks from now. They play the New England Patriots again in Foxborough, and that's their season right there. So if I was John Franklin Myers, I would zip my lip, look at my plate, take my beating on Sunday, and then spend the 2 weeks getting ready to beat the Patriots.
And then, just real quick, if you're going to say something like that, you have to fight power with power. He can't be the messenger. It has to be an Aaron Donald, a TJ Watt, a Micah Parsons, somebody that where the refs or the league, when they hear this person speak up, they say, okay, they're credible. They're them. They can speak on Josh Allen. With all due respect, John Franklin Myers can't speak on Josh Allen.
Right, because John Franklin Myers says that the referees go, that's the same guy that hit Mac Jones after Mac Jones threw an interception and cost his team the game, right?
Yes.
That's essentially what's going on here, is it not? Tonight, Philly and Houston, Eagles, only undefeated team left in football, playing against a team that's been relegated to the second division, the Houston Texans. Look, there's not a lot to break down about this game. I think we all have the same agreement. The expectation is Eagle win, Eagle win big.
Yeah, they do. But I
ahead.
want to say this. One, I think this just continues the streak of terrible Thursday night football games we've had to live
Right.
through this year. But this could also be one of those trap games if Philly doesn't show up and put Houston away early. I've been a part of one of these games where you down and out, a great team comes in and they don't start fast. You have really nothing to play for, so you just playing as hard as you can. You giving everything you got, and this other team is so good. They're overlooking you. They like, well, we're going to blow them out, and they stay in the game. Before you know it, in the fourth quarter, you looking like, why is Houston in this game with Philly? So if they put them away early in the first half, they can go sit down in the second half.
Yeah, it's also, Quinn now has his second game in Philadelphia, so we'll see what kind of impact, if anything significant, he has for the Eagle defense. And I'm just asking this question. I'm not saying this is a fact. I wonder, in your experience, the Phillies are getting all the attention right now this week because obviously they're in the World Series. Well, all those guys on the Eagles live in South Jersey or, somewhere in Philadelphia suburbs or in Center City, Philadelphia. Is there any possibility that they could be distracted by what the Phillies are doing? And then you add to that the fact that they're playing a lesser opponent where it all comes together to create this trap kind of scenario? Or is the Philly stuff totally irrelevant?
Yeah, I think, you go to the game, you go support because, it's not every year you have a World Series in your city, so you go to support your local team, but you have two Super Bowl champions on their defense, and Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox. They'll say, hey, fellas, we've been here before. Stay focused. We have something special here. We have something brewing. Don't be distracted. Let's go get this win and keep this thing going.
Hey there. Thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.